Hi, welcome to Island Ripple. I am Vanetta and I am here with Dr. Ernest Otley. We're going to have a conversation about safety, cycling, and what the public needs to know. Welcome to Island Ripple, Dr. Otley.
Thank you so very much for having me today.
Oh, wonderful.
And the topic of interest is well worth listening to and spreading. So I thank Island Ripple for this opportunity.
Well, we are a program that's all about information and knowledge. So that's definitely something we will be sitting and talking about. So first and foremost, let me know, or let the Island Ripplers know, as I like to call them, about Project Breakaway. Tell us a little bit about that.
All right. Project Breakaway, an interesting name. People usually ask me about the name Project Breakaway. Project Breakaway is a cycling movement that is dedicated to the promotion of health, fitness, and charity through cycling. So we look holistically at cycling development, all aspects of it, the personal, the social, the charity aspects of cycling. Project Breakaway, the name, is a suggestion of the direction that we take in terms of fulfilling our mandate for fitness, charity, and cycling development. So we work on projects.
Okay.
And I guess that's one of the things we'll talk about today, some of the projects that we are going to be embarking on in a little while. Okay. Of course, in the past, we have done events to support organizations such as the Boys Training Center, several orphanages on the island, organizations like Faces of Cancer, and so on, promoting health and, of course, doing charity rides for those events. We have also staged a couple independence national races in the past, and those were pretty good. The idea of a breakaway in cycling is really a cycling strategy.
Okay, I was about to ask you, why breakaway?
Yes.
I was going to ask that question.
So you got the project part. The breakaway part is as follows. In cycling, there is a strategy called a breakaway. So you're in the peloton, but you want to give your team some strategic advantage. So a group of persons may launch off to the front of the peloton and cause ripples, if I were to use a pun on your show, cause ripples within the rest of the peloton in terms of positioning themselves to try to catch up, put their teams in the right places, and so on. So Project Breakaway, in our sense, is taking a departure from the normal way of doing things, the normal way of using cycling. So our catchphrase, our motto really for Project Breakaway is cycling with a purpose. So we're not just there on the road pushing pedals. We are cycling with a purpose.
All right. So how many members are there in Project Breakaway? I know you touched on a lot of things, especially the philanthropy, which I will also ask about in a minute. But how many of you make up Project Breakaway?
Last count I had a couple of years ago, we were at around 50.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Yes, that's on the books. We do regular rides during the week on Wednesday and Sunday. And usually our turnout would be around 15 to 20.
20 people,
Yes, on the road at a time. I believe that this will swell again in the short term.
Project Breakaway has a campaign coming up. Definitely we at Island Ripple want to know about it. Tell us about this campaign and how we can get involved. I mean, Island Ripple is already involved, but tell us first about the campaign, and then we'll let the people know how Island Ripple is involved as well.
Definitely. We have noted within recent times that there is an increase in accidents, incidents involving motor vehicles and cyclists. along with that, we have realized that drivers are not very aware of what it is to be on a bicycle.
Okay.
And how to navigate, how to behave when they encounter a bicycle on the street.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, so I can say that in recent times, as little as last year, there was an incident involving a young child in the Babino area. And one of our own cyclists, Eltus Joseph, was also involved in an accident.
Okay.
And suffered some injuries. And that is the common and popular theme that we find happening now. I don't think that the drivers are necessarily senseless or reckless, but I think that there is a need for sensitivity. How to engage with a cyclist on the street. And drivers need to understand that a falling cyclist, for example, would extend at least 3 feet into the road.
Okay.
If you are too close, as a driver, you run a great risk of causing serious injury to a cyclist. Also, for the type of cycling that some of us do, we are what you call clipped in to the bike. So the bike and the rider become one person.
Yes.
Stopping suddenly means falling unless you have great skill or bike handling skill and so on. So it is something that drivers need to be sensitized to, because they think maybe it's about just jumping on a bike and taking a ride. It's not that. There are road rules, there are dangers involved and so on. So what we want drivers to do now is to be sensitive. Give some space to cyclists. Extend courtesies to cyclists on the road. Be vigilant. Don't try to see how close you can pass to a cyclist just for the fun of it. Or don't think that a cyclist is a vehicle that should not be on the roadway. Cyclists have every right to be on the road. And we want drivers to be aware of that, be a little more courteous, be a little more sensitive. So we're looking to launch this safety awareness campaign.
Okay.
It will entail erecting signs along the roadway, and it will culminate in a sensitivity ride on the 17th of March.
Okay.
This ride will move from the waterfront buildings up to the Shock roundabout and back to the waterfront buildings. Begins at 2 p.m.
All right. And that's on the 17th of March.
And that's on the 17th of March.
All right.
And so for that ride, we are inviting anybody who likes bicycling, who uses the bicycle to commute to work, who rides for pleasure and leisure, for fitness, whatever it is, to join us on that day to create this sense of awareness for the motoring public that, hey, we are there, we need you to treat us well, we need you to be sensitive to what we are doing here. Remember the days when you rode a bicycle and you were not driving your car and so on. Remember those days and support us. Join us. Come and toot your horn in support if you wish.
All right. So that's on the 17th of March.
17th of March.
Okay. So we're inviting all cyclists to come out on the 17th of March. Yes. Aside from that particular event, you guys do have a public service announcement that will be circulated, social media and otherwise. I'm supposing, or you tell me, the public service announcement What form will it take in regards to, will it be saying exactly what you've been saying about awareness, letting reminding the drivers, hey, we are on the road and so forth. What did you guys have in mind briefly about,
I can
those
sum it up in
PSAs?
2 phrases.
Yeah, what's
The
it?
key message would be to share the road and give space.
Okay.
Share the road and give space to cyclists.
All right.
Exercise the same kind of courtesies that you would to other road users, the same kind of patience. Blowing a cyclist out of the road because you're impatient could have implications for the cyclists, especially if it's the new one like you who may join us pretty soon, I hope, and you're trying to get your thing going on the road, and you have this impatient driver honking you.
Yeah, that would be a scary thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we want to raise this awareness. Share the road, give space, be sensitive to cyclists.
Okay. Well, we at Island Ripple, we are definitely supporting Project Breakaway 100% down to the PSAs. So you guys have to look out for those PSAs coming out very soon. And we're encouraging everyone to come out on March 17th from 2 p.m.
From 2 p.m.
At the waterfront, you said?
Starting at the waterfront.
Starting at the waterfront.
Going around to Shock, the Shock roundabout,
the Shock roundabout and coming back down.
And during that time, we'll be unveiling some of those road signs that we are going to be placing. We are placing 24 road signs in all, starting at the top of the Badley to the entrance of Pigeon Point and at Babonneau.
Okay, all right. Well, are you guys thinking of coming to the south at all with that
would
later?
Be another leg of the project.
Okay, all right. So hopefully you'll have a ride maybe from the Badley down. We don't know. We don't know.
All right. Once you're there, definitely.
We don't know. So Dr. Audley, is there anybody that you would like to shout out, thank in regards to the campaign that's coming up for Project Breakaway?
Oh, most definitely. I would love to thank the entire membership of Project Breakaway and our core team, our core organizing team. These folks have been tremendous. And most importantly, our sponsors who have come on board. We have had Caribbean Metals. They have been tremendous in supporting us. Harris Paints, FCIBC, and Cap Mazo.
Okay.
These corporate sponsors have been phenomenal in helping us to promote this campaign and do what we need to do in terms of sign erection and getting the ride organized and so on. So I thank them again.
Well, Dr. Audley, thank you so much for joining us. As I said, we at Island Ripple, we support all things safety, and you just might see me on a bike at some point in time.
It was a pleasure being here, and Project Breakaway is there. Feel free to contact us and to get involved.
All right. So can we find you on social media, or do you have a particular number if in the case somebody wants to get you to be on the bike for the first time like me?
Definitely. We do have, for the time being, a WhatsApp group, and we are working on other social media platforms. So as soon as these are up and running, including our website, we will definitely let you know. For now, we do the word of mouth kind of approach, the grapevine kind of approach, and it helps us also to, as members join, we work on a membership by commitment kind of approach.
Okay, understood.
So right, so as members join, we are able to give the briefing, let you understand that this is not a group that is careless on the road. We look at discipline, we have our structures in place and so on. And just as we want the drivers to be aware of us and so on, we also are aware of what is happening around us and so on in terms of the drivers. And so it's mutual courtesy, mutual safety, mutual awareness.
Okay, wonderful. Well, you will be able to find out more information about Project Breakaway on our social media platforms at Island Ripple. Dr. Otley, once again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for
Hope
having me.
to get you back here again at some point in
Oh,
time.
most definitely.
All right.
Looking forward.
All right, so this has been Island Ripple. I am Vanetta. You know how we do it. I'll see you next time for another interview. Remember, a little knowledge goes a long way. Before I do that, how can I forget? We are at Chef Robbie's Restaurant and Bar in the Rodney Bay area. So thank you so much, Chef Robbie, for having us. And we are Island Ripple. A little knowledge goes a long way. Be sure to pass it on because that's the ripple effect. See you the next time.